Good evening! Good evening, good evening, good evening! Welcome to what I hope is definitely the final bit of Obra Dinn. It should be the final bit. There's literally 6 people left to find. And three of them are like hidden in the chapter that's locked until we found everything. So let's get back on into this. This might be a mini stream. This might be a very brief stream. If I get it all right off the bat, we'll be done in 10 minutes. I'm probably not going to get right off the bat, but like, let's make a thing here. It is now 9 PM, as is tradition when I start my streams. If I have not handed the book in because I found everybody by 10 PM, I'm going to hand the book in, regardless. Like, if I don't know how this all concludes by 10 PM, I'm just going to hand the book in, and it's going to tell me what it's going to tell me. So that's how I'm going to play this. We've got 1 hour to solve the murder. So we are missing some folks from the Doom, I think. No, maybe not the Doom. Yes. Mystery Guy and Duncan McKay. Duncan McKay, the purser, a 2-arrow, or easy to figure out kind of guy. He is alive somewhere. Some guy definitely got off on a boat. He's alive somewhere. Don't know if he's Alexander Booth, but he's alive somewhere. She's okay, he's okay. That's fine. Who else went missing then? Wasn't Soldiers of the Sea. Who else am I actually missing? Let's go back to the crew page. Crew. Martin Parrott, the third mate, almost certainly disappears in Chapter 8. Philip Dahl, the Captain Stewart, almost certainly disappears in Chapter 8. Nathan Peters, he got away in the Doom. Alexander Booth got away in Doom. George Shirley, we don't know who he is. There's him and Alexander that I'm torn between. Is that it? Oh, and Duncan the purser also got off on the boat. Let me go back to... So it is just the Doom. Yeah, Nathan Peters, Alexander Booth, Duncan McKay. These guys got off on a boat. What can I... Let's, I suppose, let's go to the scene where they disappeared. Oh, the last time we saw him was... Wait, what? The last time we saw him was when Abigail was crushed? No. That doesn't seem right. Let's see if I can figure that one out. Let's have a look at Abigail's scene. See if my man appears there. Because if my man appears there... He's wrong? So who have we got in this scene? We got one of the top men. We got our bosun and the bosun's mate. He's a Frenchman. We have her getting crushed. Third mate Martin Parrott. Oh, right. Oh yeah, that's the last time we saw him. Yeah, okay, yeah, but then he disappears in the next chapter, that's fine. We got us a couple passengers that we figured out through more luck than judgment, so we know who they are. He is... who is he? Oh, he was the first mate's steward. Here's the gunner's mate. I actually can't get up there because of tentacles. Who are you? That's the helmsman. He got torn apart. That is everybody. I don't think this was the clue that I was looking for. I'm quite sure this wasn't the clue I was looking for. So Nathan Peters, 15 memories, bookmark memories. This is the oh, so the last time he was seen was when Marbo was killed? What? To that end, I guess he's not alive. Or not necessarily alive. That's just a lot of squelching noises. So we got Leonard, Peter Milroy, fourth mate John Davies, midshipman Thomas Lank, hugging the pillar, gunner's mate catching a gun, bosun throwing him a gun, dude hanging out here, Martin Parrott in the rigging. Or by the mast, rather. Wei Lee torn apart in just a moment's time. Topman Lewis Walker climbing up there. There's our poor unfortunate Marber going up. Where the frig is Nathan then? They said Nathan was in the scene, right? This is his memory? I'm not looking for his memory. Who's this guy? Who's this Joker? Oh wait, no, he is. Wait, no, he is who I'm looking for, right? Yeah. That guy is this guy. And he was depicted in this scene. What? Who is he here then? We're looking for a guy with a very short hair, basically a stubble. I mean, more than anything else, I'm looking for anybody in the scene who I don't already know. I found them all. I know who these all are. I know the midshipman. We know the gunner's mate. We know John Davis, the fourth mate. Peter Milroy got exploded. That's a tentacle that got cut off. Oh, hang on. Whoa. There's like 3 dudes. They tried to get away in the boat and the boat threw them overboard. I've never spotted that before. There were 3 people in the boat. There's a boat with 3 people falling out of it. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've never seen that before. He is not alive. He fell overboard. Duncan McKay fell overboard. Bingo. What else did I get right? I thought I only had 2. Oh, 2 fates correct. So he was Alexander Booth. That was a guess. There were 2 people that could have been. Okay. Back to where we came from, and he fell overboard. Unless he's not Nathan Peters. Is he George Shirley? No, he's definitely Nathan Peters. Because he murdered the dude. I'm guessing if we go right to the back of the book, I'm guessing the grey bit is the bit that you literally cannot solve without the final chapter. Because he was here in Loose Cargo. When Samuel Peters was crushed, his brother was there. He saw it. He saw it here. And then he later tried to do one here. Killed Lars. Yep, you killed my brother, so Samuel Peters is definitely on the boat. Well, he's someone who had a brother who died by being crushed by cargo. Oh, Nathan Peters, sorry. Nathan Peters, who was getting on that boat, murdered a dude over the death of his brother, and Nathan Peters, or at least this character, was also in the same scene earlier. This has to be Nathan Peters. What else could this be? I also don't know, there's nothing else to fill in the book. He's the only person that remains. He definitely fell overboard. We've just seen him fall overboard. Was he Philip Dahl? Was he Martin Parrott? No, he wasn't. He was Nathan Peters. Which means I've just unmarked 2 of my guys from here. Ooh, this is interesting. That means I could identify one of the guys. I need to find my mate again. So he's Martin Parrott. And I'm looking for my Philippe Dahl. I know him, he's Nancy dude. Someone, somewhere on this ship is unknown. Unknown. Shot, cannon, beast. That makes him George Shirley by default, right? Oh, that's it. I didn't realize I was missing him. Right, of course I was missing him. All currently solvable fates correct. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Spectacularmente. That's a word in a language that I just made up that means spectacular. There's nothing left to do on the Obra Dinn. Oh my god, I never thought I would actually solve all of this. This is a really, really good game. That is going to go very underappreciated in history, in the history of video games, I think. Probably almost entirely because of the art style. And it's weird that the art style came first long before any of the video game at all. Let's just appreciate the moon for a bit. Because it's cool. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, sort of video games industry folk, in my Twitter feed have been like, "Oh my god, Obra Dinn is such a good game." I feel like this has passed a lot of players by, and like now that I've dug through everything, I thought I was like, I'm never gonna solve this. This is probably too much for me. It's weird as a project that you can just kind of keep chipping away at. You just find, because there's so many facets of things, you can just sort of pick away at things. You can be like, oh, that connects to that connects to that, this connects here. Oh, that guy's did this, so that means that this is this. And slowly, but slowly, the whole picture just starts to come together. Until you have the whole picture. It's a jigsaw puzzle. It is just a digital jigsaw puzzle. 3D, heavily stylized jigsaw puzzle.
We should go.
And it's great.
Storm's nearly about, so we won't be coming back.
Oh, don't get a choice this time. Oh, is this your... Oh, that's a timer. It's like, if you want to get back on the ship...
Sit down so you don't fall
Do it
off.
now, before this shrinks in. Alright, we get to find out what broke the curse. Basically, that's the only mystery missing left at this point. What actually broke the curse? One week later. The Honourable East India Company Insurance Assessment for the good ship Obra Dinn, victim of calamitous events at sea. Prepared by the Company Office of Investigation. We got 23 pages of this. Ship. Damaged in squall, Atlantic. Sunk in storm, Falmouth. Payout claimed, £20,000. That is a lot of money. In 18th century money? Is this 18th or is this 19th century? Either way, it's a good chunk of change. Cargo company. All cargo lost. Payout claimed, £5,000. Cargo Crown. All cargo lost. Payout claimed for restitution, £3,000. We were carrying cargo on the behest of the company and cargo on the behest of the Crown. Captain Robert Whitterell. His fate was suicide by gun. He was found guilty of the murder of a crewmate. 4 counts. His estate was forfeited to the Crown. Oh jeez, everybody's gonna like, oh my god, we've got basically have to like figure out 60 people's will. I guess it's a big job for an insurance company, sure. I guess that kind of weirdly makes sense for all of it now. William Hoscott, jeez, like, yeah. Oh look, the boat has disappeared and 60 people have died with it. How do we find out what happens to all the... Yeah, like, who gets paid? How much do they get paid? What do we do with everybody's stuff? This is a job for the insurance company. William Hoscott, first mate, was shot by a gun by Robert Whitterell. His criminal findings were attempted mutiny. His estate was fined £25. Edward Nicholl, second mate, was shot by a gun by C. Tan. He was found guilty of the murder of 2 crewmates and attempted mutiny and theft of cargo, for which he was fined £100. Really? Robert Whitterell murdered 4 people and lost his entire estate. Edward Nicholl murdered 2 people and was fined £100. I mean, I grant you £100 is a lot of money in those days, but, you know, I feel like you should lose, like, half his estate? If 4 people lose your estate, like, 2 people should be at least half your estate. You lose quarter of your estate for every murder you do. Martin Parrott, third mate. Fate was unknown. We'll find him out soon. Findings of merit, extraordinary valour, exceptional performance of duties. Estate awarded, outstanding wages and reward £90. Oh, he must have done something good in Chapter 8. Except we don't know what happened in Chapter 8, so we can't. I don't know, that's weird. John Davies, fourth mate. Fate was clubbed to death by H. Brennan. He was found guilty of the murder of a crewmate, and his estate was fined £15. £15 for murder! Man, that's all it costs to get away with murder? Alfred Klestel, the bosun, was found torn apart by beasts. He was found findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties. The state awarded outstanding wages and rewarded £70. Charles Minor, the bosun's mate, was torn apart by a beast. He was found guilty of murdering a crewmate. His estate is unknown, but expenses claimed were £15. Henry Evans, the surgeon, was alive in Africa. Findings of demerit, abandoned his crew and his vessel. Estate was awarded outstanding wages, £50. They don't fine him for doing a runner, though. James Wallace, the surgeon mate, was decapitated. His estate was awarded. He displayed extraordinary valour, and his estate was awarded outstanding wages and reward of £50. Winston Smith, the carpenter, was speared by a beast. He displayed extraordinary valour, and his estate has been rewarded £60. Marcus Gibbs, the carpenter's mate, was spiked. His estate is unknown. Outstanding wages have been donated to his pension fund of £30. Well, I'm glad he's got something to retire on. Thomas Sefton, the cook, was struck by a beast's tail. His estate has been awarded outstanding wages of £40. M.L. O'Farrell, the butcher, was spiked to death. He performed exceptional duties and his estate has been awarded £40. Christian Wolfe, the gunner, was shot by a cannon wielded by a beast. He performed exceptional duties and has been awarded outstanding wages and reward of £70. Olaus Viator was shot with a gun by J. Davies. He was found guilty of murdering a crewmate and attempted mutiny, and his estate has been fined £50. Duncan Mackay, the purser, has fallen overboard. He abandoned his crew and vessel and was awarded outstanding wages. Finley Dalton was torn apart by a beast. He was awarded outstanding wages. Edward Spratt was crushed by a beast. His estate has been awarded outstanding wages. Abigail Hoscott Whitterell was crushed by a rigging. Meh, shrug. I guess they don't. I guess there's no wages to pay, and like they didn't display extraordinary valor, so they don't get a reward. But like, I feel like if you die, did they not have any insurance? Is that not what this whole insurance thing's about? Surely they should have had public liability insurance in case somebody gets crushed by rigging. I feel like her family should get paid out, although her family just committed suicide. I only know of one member of her family, but you know. Nunzio Pasqua was knifed by E. Nichols. No claim has been made. Emily Jackson is alive in Africa, but she did murder a crewmate. She was found to have abandoned the crew and the vessel. Her estate has been fined £35. Jane Bird is alive in Africa. She abandoned her crew and vessel and has been fined £10. Bunlan Lim was clawed to death. No claim. Itbeng Sia burned to death. Also murdered a crewmate. Estate unknown. Expense claim £25. Chiotan spiked to death. Murdered a crewmate. Expense claim £25. Hokseng Lao shot with a gun by H. Brennan. No claims made. Zungi Sathi, ship steward, shot with a gun by C. Minor. Estate awarded outstanding wages of £35. Philippe Dahl. His fate is completely unknown at this stage, but he was found to have murdered... He was found to have murdered someone? I don't remember this. When did Philippe Dahl murder someone? Who did he murder? When did he murder? I need to go back and read this. He failed to perform his duties and has been fined £35. Paul Moss, first mate steward, was killed by a sword by L. Volkov. He performed his duties exceptionally and has been awarded £45. Samuel Gallagher, knifed by Icea, attempted mutiny, stole cargo, fined £50. Roderick Anderson, crushed by a cannon, outstanding wages of £10. Fourth mate steward Davy James, alive in Africa, abandoned his crew and vessel, no claim made. Peter Milroy, exploded to death by a kraken, which is that's the best way to go, really. He displayed extraordinary valor when he was getting exploded by a kraken, and was awarded outstanding wages and reward of £40. Thomas Lank, knifed to death. I nearly said deck, I don't know why. Knifed to death by O. Viator and was awarded £30. Charles Hirschdick tried to burn a evil beastie, or at least beastie defending its territory, whatever. I don't think it was evil, specifically. Nasty beastie. Let's go with nasty beastie. Tried to burn a nasty beastie, got burned by the nasty beastie. Displayed exceptional valor when he was on fire, performed his duties exceptionally, and was awarded £50. Omid Gul fell off the ship like a fool, awarded £35 for performing exceptional diving off the ship. Timothy Butemans, the top man, shot by Nichols, displayed extraordinary valor when he was getting shot, and awarded £35. Huang Li performed exceptional duties when he was getting struck by lightning, and was awarded outstanding wages of £35. Ji Zhang, decapitated by a beast, findings of merit extraordinary valor, awarded £35 when he was, headless. Speared by a beast was Li Hong the topman. He attempted mutiny and stealing the cargo. He was fined £50. Wei Li was torn apart by a beast. He was displayed extraordinary valor when he was in small pieces, and performed his duties exceptionally under, trying circumstances, and was awarded £45. Nicholas Bottrell was speared by a beast for being a shish kebab. He was paid £25. Marba, the topman, had a really rough day. Fate had a bad old time, honestly. Displayed exceptional valor and exceptional performance of duties in spite of having no legs, because they were torn off by a kraken. His estate is unknown, and his rewards have been donated to the pension fund, £45. Lewis Walker, the topman, clubbed by the captain, attempted mutiny and got what he deserved, fined £25. Leonid Volkov, shot by E. Jackson, murdered somebody, and, his estate is unknown, so expenses claimed £15. Alakas Nishkin, seaman, was clawed to death, criminal findings, attempted mutiny, theft of cargo, estate unknown, expense claimed £50. Toporov, the seaman, drowned because of a beast. He attempted mutiny. He stole cargo. His estate is unknown. Expenses claimed to £50. Nathan Peters, who we only figured out right at the end there. Literally our last man, actually. He fell overboard. We know he did. He murdered a crewmate. He abandoned crew. He abandoned his vessel. £25 fined. Lars Lind, clubbed to death by N. Peters. He was awarded outstanding wages. Oh, that was who Philippe Dahl murdered. There we go. John Naples was the guy who had his arm hacked off by the captain's... Oh, yeah. The captain's mate. The captain's, it's not his mate. It's the mate's like an officer. He was his steward. Yeah. Yeah, that's why the captain was so disappointed when he went crazy and was like, "Oh, they're evil. We must cut off people's evil with a machete or something." He was like, "Take him away, for God's sake." Never found out what happened to him after that. Presumably he was in some sort of briggy sort of situation. He was torn apart by F. Dahl, findings of merit, exceptional performance of duties. He did very, very well until one of the stewards cut his arm off. He was awarded outstanding wages of £25. Renfred Rajab got the sniffles. He died of man flu. His outstanding wages of £15 being donated to his pension. Abraham Akbar was crushed to death by a beast. He's been awarded £25 for being exceptionally crushed. William Wassim was crushed by a cargo. He was awarded £25 for being exceptionally crushed by that cargo. He's a very, very exceptional pancake. Oh wait, he was the one that went... No, he got crushed with the stuff going down the stairs, right? I was thinking he was the guy that got dropped on. No, that was the guy who dropped the stuff, I guess it was the... It would have been the chest with the shell in, wouldn't it? Right. Evil shell. Solomon Saeed also got the man flu and died earning £15. Hamadou was also impaled. He was exceptionally well impaled. His estate is unknown, and his pension has been topped up by £25. Henry Brennan was knifed by the captain. He murdered somebody and attempted mutiny and got knifed like he deserved. £50 fined. Alexander Booth fell overboard. He abandoned his crew and vessel when he fell overboard and was been awarded £5 outstanding wages. Patrick O'Hagan, speared to death by a beast. Attempted mutiny, theft of cargo. Oh, he's one of the guys that went out on the boat. Right, of course he is. Yeah, I remember that name. £50 fined. Man, you get less for murder. Mutiny and theft costs more than murder? That's crazy. George Shirley, the seaman, shot by a cannon wielded by a beast. He displayed extraordinary valor right up until the point where the cannonball went through his face. His estate has been awarded £25. Samuel Peters was pancaked. This was Mr. Pancake. He's been awarded £15 for being a pancake. A preliminary draft of this assessment has been approved by the Royal Trade Guarantor. Total claims, £29,285. On behalf of the Honourable East India Company, I certify all statements as accurate and declare this matter closed in its entirety. Signed, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. The pocket watch remains in your possession. The book returns to its original owner, Henry Evans in Morocco, as requested. And Dan? Did he get back to us? Did he ever write back? 1 year later, he wrote back to us and solved the mystery. Woo! Ooh, we get to look around my library house thing. I live very well for an insurance company worker in the 19th century. This is quite opulent.
Oh, goodness. What a nice thing. You know, you should be out in it then. Right, well, get yourself home.
I can hear somebody arguing, I think. But I can't move. I'm not allowed to move from here. I'm not allowed to interact with anything. Oh, somebody's here.
A package at this hour. Oh, the thing smells just dreadful. Better you don't open it inside.
Ah, that must be my maid.
I'll be turning in now. Tea's in the kitchen if you need more.
Dun dun dun. From Morocco to Londres. I believe that's London. From French people. Someone French has been writing to me. I love that they just put dramatic sort of blank screens to save them ever having to animate anything. There's very little in this game that's animated in any way, shape or form. They're just like, cut to black. Cut to black, play some sounds and bring us back once the animation's done. Chief Inspector, I write to you with the unfortunate news that Dr. Evans has passed away. He succumbed to his illness shortly after receiving your package. You sent him the plague. Congratulations. He was very pleased with your correspondence and asked that his gratitude be expressed by returning the book to you, along with the means to complete it. As for the 3 of us that remain... 3 people escaped the boat! Oh! The Obra Dinn is a distant memory and a dreadful chapter in our lives that we wish to forget. Do not write back. Regards, Jane Bird. The package was from Morocco. They escaped to Africa. That totally ties up. Ooh, what do we look at? That's just the letter, right? What's in the pouch? Another unwrapping animation. It's a... That's a hand. Which we can investigate with a pocket watch. Da, 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 they've given us a flashback. They've literally they've rewarded us with flashback.
Collect your things. Where's the key? To that door. Gone. Damn. There's no time. We need to go. Right. Here you go. What are you up to? Nothing good.
Okay. That's the monkey! He shot the monkey! The man shot the monkey! No! Poor monkey! This is the... Oh! This is the one room I couldn't get into, isn't it? There was one room that remained steadfastly locked, even right at the end. Okay, okay. I'm not sure where... This is chapter 8, right? The tale belongs to you now. Please finish it. Well, there's only 3 people. How hard can it be? Oh, it was the monkey paw. Oh, right, I see. It wasn't a human hand that was... I figured it was just like, oh, it's a shriveled human hand. It's like, it's been sent from the desert, you know. In the lazarette, a friendly but not entirely pleasant monkey companion was sacrificed in the pursuit of knowledge. What happened? There you are, collect your things. Where's the key? To that door? Gone. Damn, there's no time, we need to go. Right, in you go. What are you up to? Nothing good. So, who have we got here? That is Philippe Dahl. What happened to him? He's not looking in a good way. He was imprisoned in the lazarette, right? This is where he was locked up, clearly. He was locked up with the treasure, which seems like a poor idea. Also, this looks like this just leaves the ship. He could get out, sort of. Who's doing the shooting? Surgeon Henry Evans, alive in Africa. Okay. Well, we know he shot the monkey. I don't know if he shot the other guys. Third mate Martin Parrott. Those look like monster spikes. Okay. I've got his ID. I want to... I guess he doesn't have a death page to fill in yet. Yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4? 1? What? Wait, what? Oh, there are 4 pages of this to fill in. Interesting. Okay. Who's in the background behind Henry Evans? Don't really want to... I want to look at that guy. The stupid Henry Evans hitbox. Can I look through here? Oh, we can look through... I can't quite look through that window. Arse. Through here? Yo, you. I think he's too far away. Alright, fine. Who we're looking at who's dead? Are we looking at you, Mr. Martin Parrott? Let's find out the story behind your demise.
A third shell.
A third? I didn't know about a second.
Leave it. Help me lift it. Stop! Why? Well, set you free. Give it the shell. Here. Do it. Hoist it out. To the main deck. Throw it over. Lock the door when you leave. Get the tail, boy.
Okay. This is a long scene.
You return. The ship. The Obra Dinn. See it home.
Okay. So... Are these just like some sort of cases full of water, or does that actually straight up open into the ocean? Something to do with the third shell. The third shell must have lured a mermaid through here, who's spiked him. They pacified the mermaid by giving it the shell, which is what they came for ultimately. Martin Parrott was spiked. There are more corpses here. So that's Paul Moss, first mate steward, okay. And fourth mate steward. So the third mate and the first and fourth mate stewards here. Oh, and the captain steward. There's all stewards going on. Third shell, Captain didn't toss them all. Martin Parrott, I guess. Leave it, help me lift this. Stop, wait, we're to set you free. Give it the shell. Yeah, do it, hoist it out to the main deck, throw it over. Lock the door when you leave. They're carrying the mermaid out? Oh, right, okay. So the bargain wasn't something the captain did. As far as we can make out, I think Martin Parrott realized that the beasts came for the shells. They'd imprisoned at least one of them at some point. That I think ties up with some of the things we've heard. I think they talked about the first ones they brought. Did they like take them down to the lazarettes? So he came down to set them free, give it the shell, should pacify it and give it what it wanted. Then they want to take it out to the main deck, throw it overboard, break the curse, right? Okay. Okay. So then you. Not you? Oh. What is... Okay. There's more. There's more.
I'll kill every last one of you monsters. Withdraw the Kraken, or I will kill you all!
At this point, Philip Dahl was already dead. We've got... Oh, Wittrel was in here first. Before anything else, Wittrel... Right, Wittrel, I guess, imprisoned some of them in these little fish tank things, I guess. And sat there threatening them. His plan was shout angry things at the mermaids and stab them a bunch and, like, try and teach them a lesson, I guess? Like, withdraw the Kraken or I'll keep stabbing you all. This, unsurprisingly, didn't work. The captured beast fought against the jail and was speared for the trouble. Fair enough. Hi, buddy. Oh, he had the shell in this scene. So when the other guys came in here and were like, oh, the shell, there's another shell. They thought they're right. They thought at some point, I guess the other shells had been gotten rid of. And they thought they should have got rid of all of them, but like, there was one hidden away. Captain hung on to one of them. Captain really likes those shells. Oh. Oh, we're not even there yet. We've got another mermaid.
Call it off, damn you! This is your Kraken! You brought it here! Send it back!
Interesting that he is referring to it as a Kraken. Oh, this is his hat. Oh, I was wondering what that was on the floor. That's literally his hat. Okay. Yeah, up to now they've always referred to it as a squid. Now he's actually a Kraken. Yep, that's Wittrel. I guess his plan was to threaten them all. Shoot the first one, stab the second one, let the third one live and ponder what it's done. Until some other dudes broke in and were like, just get it out of here, for God's sake, stop threatening them, just like, give it what it wants. Oh my god. The unholy creature's defiant shrieks were greeted with a fatal bullet. Philippe Dahl, how did you meet your end? The only man we don't know.
What's this? Quicksilver. Herre min Gud!
That's like a hand coming out of there. Now, I feel like one of the causes of death on the list somewhere was like magic, wasn't it? I think this might actually be like the one dude in the game who's actually, strictly, technically killed by magic. Was this the point at which he like summoned the Kraken then? No, because this is after the Kraken. This is the Kraken was chapter 7. This is chapter 8. So this is post Kraken. Because obviously in the very next scene, the captain is shouting at them about Krakens. Philippe Dahl was burned. Just burned. Okay, just burned. Fine. Obra Dinn. Good chief. Bing. Go. Whoop. Suppose we better figure out how much we owe them in terms of insurance now. God damn it. More paperwork. Bye, Philip. I'm not controlling this, by the way. And thus concludes the tale of the Obra Dinn. And now you know what happened. In considerable detail. This is, yeah, it's one of those games that's like the overwhelming lion's share of it's like just one guy. Yeah, like the localization. I guess for a game that's like almost entirely text, it makes sense that you'd want to get it localized into a lot of languages. Because that's really impressive, like how many languages he has got it localized into. Most games sort of like do that after launch, like let's launch the game in English and figure out who we like also appeal to after launch, but something that's supposed to, I don't know. Would they got voice actors for all of it? I don't know. There's actually quite a lot of voice actors for. I guess most of them will just be probably fairly small, sort of internet-y voice actor type folks. Like he could just like hire him, like, hey, I'll give you $5 if you can do 2 lines for me, kind of thing. Probably pay a bit better than that, but you know. Some of these characters really only had 1 or 2 lines in the entire thing. It would not have been a big voice acting job. And they've hired like an entire person to voice act them, so. You'd have thought a few people might actually have doubled up, but there are only a couple characters early on where like one voice actor did multiple characters. And for a game with a cast of 60 people on board the ship, plus the player gets a couple lines, plus the player, you've got a 50-50 chance of the player being one of two different genders at the start. That's entirely random. Yeah, just like you either... They only get 3 lines at the start, and that's literally the only time you ever get to like know whether your character's a man or a woman or not. And it's completely random, like I say. So it still requires 2 voice actors for 3 lines for the main protagonist, which is crazy. Language consulting on Hindi, Swedish, Danish, Russian. Thank you for making the game. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is, well, I guess that's a mini-stream. I said it would be a mini-stream. We wrapped it up in under an hour. I was part of me was concerned I was going to be done in like 10 minutes, and then I was going to be like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's that. Never mind, there's no more Obra Dinn. On the other hand, I feel entirely vindicated that I did wrap it up on Sunday night, because I would have been going till 1 AM if I hadn't, and that would not have been a good place for me to be. But, I've been pondering all day, like, if I finish Obra Dinn tonight early, should I stream something else? And I haven't planned anything else. I haven't got any thumbnails or titles or descriptions sorted for anything else that I could do, so I guess the answer is no. However, I now need to give some serious thought as to what I'm going to play next. And as always, I will gladly solicit feedback and suggestions. I guarantee absolutely no certainty that I might listen to it, but I will, you know, accept it. So, if you think you know what I should play, tell me what you think I should play. If it's Spiral Knights, the answer's no. Maybe Worlds Adrift with Talkers on Thursday? I don't know, I'll have to talk to him about that. Beyond that, we need some stuff. Tell me what you thinks. There's a few games I'd like to play at the minute. Let's have one of these discussions, I suppose. There's a couple games I'd like to play at the minute, but I'm not sure whether they are games that fit well into my channel and style at the minute, and also to my audience's tastes at the moment. I don't know. I feel like really, really sort of offbeat, artsy stuff is definitely me right now. Occasionally stupid anime things are good, and cute things are kind of my jam, I guess. Those are my 3 main genres. I've got Time Spinner, which is a Metroidvania thing. Looks like a good game. I don't know if it would work on my channel. There's Crosscode, which is like a JRPG-ish kind of thing. I know some people were interested in it, certainly. Whether I feel like it could be a really long game though, and to that end, I don't know if I want to get bogged down in that for months. And I still got Danganronpa stuff that I've been meaning to crack on with for a while. I might just do Ultra Despair Girls. I might finally get around to actually playing, essentially Danganronpa 2.5-ish, whatever it works out at, wherever that falls into the story. Don't know. And I guess for the rest of the evening, I'm going to go and record some Party Hard, because I need to get more Party Hard footage in the bag, because that's the thing that's on my channel at the minute. Go watch Party Hard, it's great. It's absolutely not a game I'm going to stream. It's not a game that works for streaming for me. It's a game that works better with me just excelling at it. I just trim it down to the bits where I do exceptionally well, and you guys watch that. Right. I'm going to go record that. I'm going to quit the Obra Dinn. I'm going to thank you all. I'm going to go remind you to vote. You have, as far as I'm aware, a couple of hours still on that. If you're in America, go vote. Go make a difference. It's important. If you're not in America, feel free to not vote. You probably don't have anything to vote on today. You're probably okay on that regard. I'm gonna go murder some virtual people. Good night.